If you're like me and you're using reMarkable Paper Pro for your planning, but you want to spice it up a little bit with digital stickers, then this video will be interesting for you. If you're new here, I'm Icy and I talk all about planner joy and e-ink devices on this channel. So I'll be covering two things mainly. First, that how I import digital stickers on the reMarkable tablet, and then I'm going to show you how I decorate my own planner. So before, to be able to use stickers as such on the reMarkable, you will need to trace over an icon or an image and then copy and paste that tracing. But now with the introduction of the rmdoc file, then stickers can be downloaded as such, and they behave just like a note page where you can interact with the images on the page and without the need to trace over them. So there are four ways that people usually transfer their files on over to the reMarkable. One is through the desktop app. The second one is through the USB-C connection. The third is through the my.remarkable.com account on your browser. And the fourth one is through the mobile app. And out of these four, only these first two will work through the desktop app and through the USB-C connection. And I just want to highlight here that the desktop app is different from the my.remarkable.com account on your browser. Although they might look the same, the desktop app can be downloaded on this URL, which I'll be sharing on the screen. And that is a dedicated application that you open on your PC, Windows, or Mac. And then you can drag and drop the rmdoc file from your downloads folder to there. So first I'm going to show you how to do that through the desktop app. So first you just have to look for your file, for the rmdoc file, which you might get from Etsy or from Google Drive from someone who shared it with you, and you download it. And you should be able to locate that file from your downloads folder. And it's very important here not to use your browser and go to the downloads button there, because it will not work if you drag and drop it from there. You just open your desktop app alongside your downloads folder and then drag and drop it from there. And that's easy and it will work for sure. The second option is to use the USB-C connection. So first you have to make sure that you're connected to the internet. And then you have to go to settings and then storage, and then you have to look for the USB web interface. So this requires a cable connection. So I'm just gonna do that quickly and then come back to you. So now I'm connected, and then you can see that you can toggle here to turn it on. And then it will show you the address that you then need to type on your web browser. And then you'll see your reMarkable files here. So what you're gonna need to do is to import, look for the stickers, and then there you go. You already have it here. And what I do is, so this is a sticker set that I created or designed myself. So I'm just gonna show you. It has some mix of creative and productivity focused stickers. And now that we know how to import that to our folder, I'm going to show you my planner. So I preloaded some of the stickers that I wanted to use here. So just for you to see, you can use the 2-finger swipe to navigate to a page that you want to use the stickers on. For example, this one, I want to add some of these flowers to my planner. 2-finger swipe down, navigate to your planner. So you just tap again, and then there it is. So let's try that again. Swipe down, go to your sticker set, lists, sorry. Just go there, and I want to use this. Okay, so just copy over it, copy, go to my planner, and then there it is. All right, for example, my sister's birthday was on the 12th of January. So I'm just gonna put it here to add a bit of festive mood in there. Go. You can always, that's the fun part with, stickers, digital stickers. So you know what? I'm just gonna copy in bulk. For example, all of this. Then I can just move them around later. Also like this. Okay, so yeah, I like mixing, like different elements, like for example, stickers, and then you can also use, words. For example, you can write words, like hand lettered elements, or you can doodle so that your page becomes a bit more interesting. And then here, it would be nice to track. For example, you can track your sleeping habits that week, how many hours of sleep you've had. So here, maybe you want to use the layers function. So here you can access it here in this like 3 squares piled up, and then just add a new layer if you don't want to mess up with the image, because it's a sticker. Actually, if you, okay, let's just go back there. If you erase it like so, you will erase the marks. So 2 tap to undo it. So I use layers there. So I just go to layer 2 if I wanna decorate it so that I can erase it, for example, without erasing what's underneath. Okay, so for example, well, on Monday, during the weekdays, I usually just get 7 hours of sleep. And then on Thursdays, a bit more, 8. Yeah, okay, something like that. So it's a fun way to track your habits. So now let's try to add a bit more color here. I can, for example, do a bit of lettering here. Then maybe some squiggly lines in different colors, for example, pink. And then you can also color in for example, these elements. I usually use either the marker or the highlighters, and sometimes this one as well. I forgot the name or what's it called, but yeah, these are the 3 things that I usually use to color in spaces. So let's try with, for example, green. So this one, the marker is just a bit more like dense, but if you see like this one will be a bit lighter. So you just probably have to do a few layers for the color to really show. Or you can also use the highlighter, but it will be a bit big. So maybe, yeah, maybe that's better for bigger like shapes. Like, what do you journal about, or what do you write here? So usually it's something like a memory or a highlight that day, and then maybe something fun happened here. Okay, so I also like mixing different stroke different strokes, let's say like heavy strokes or light ones. So yeah, just draw like a border there, a banner, a ribbon. Or you can also use the calligraphy tool to write something about, for example, here I had drinks. And then you can also mix it up a little bit with, for example, quotes that you liked. I also like patterns. For example, if you don't have anything that day, but you don't want it to, you don't want to leave it blank, then maybe some lines like so also be fun, like patterns. Okay, repeated lines or shapes will also work. Right? That's very simple, but it's already added a bit more color and visual interest to the page. And then here you can use that space to write about your week or something more long form. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you liked this video and enjoy planning. Bye.